Alright, so let's be honest at this point. You've probably been trying some of the key tiny habits in the 21-day Tiny Habit Nutritional Challenge. And chances are they haven't been going that smooth. Some work, some have been hard, some have been easy, some you can get going for a few days, but they're hard to keep going for a long time. Well, in reality, there's actually just one truth, one high-level principle you need to know about creating habits that we're talking about in today's video. Welcome back, ladies and gents, to day and habit number 15 of the 21-day Tiny Habit Nutritional Challenge. Now get this, in one study done on habits, the researchers found that if you choose a time and a place every single day to do a habit, you're a lot more likely to do it. Now, in a second study, they found that if you link your habits together using what are called contextual clues, you're actually much more likely to do them. So an example of this is going to the bathroom and washing your hands, or brushing your teeth and then flossing, or getting into your car, turning it on, and then fastening your seatbelt. These contextual clues are ways that we link habits to previous events or previous activities in our daily lives. And you're much more likely to do the habit if you use a contextual clue with it. Now, building off of this idea of contextual clues, researchers also found that if you set up habits around certain times of the day, like a random time, you're not likely to, in other words, ingrain them. However, if you base them around events, an event being waking up, going to sleep, arriving at work, eating a certain meal like breakfast, you're actually way more likely to do them. Now, I've given you so many key habits about what to eat, when, how much, and all that kind of stuff inside the 21-day challenge. But how do you actually stick with the habits? That's obviously a beast by its own. So for today's habit, your tiny habit for today is I want you to take one of the previous habits that I've given you, and I want you to link it to something else using one of these strategies. So here are some examples and ways to do that. Idea number one, link something to your breakfast. So for example, for 1 week, you could try the habit of linking having fruit or vegetables to breakfast. So you have your breakfast, and then for 1 week, you're going to try the habit of eating a little bowl of fruit with it. Let's say you don't eat any veggies or any fruits. That's a really easy way to get started, and it's going to be very easy to link them together using the breakfast event. Idea number two, linking the morning habit pyramid to waking up. I've already told you about my morning routine where I do yoga, I meditate, I do visualizations, I read, I do all this kind of cool stuff to set my day up for success. One thing I want you to try to do is tomorrow when you get out of bed, you can try linking one morning habit, aka the habit pyramid we talked about. Maybe just write out what your key tiny habits for the day are going to be. That literally takes you 1 minute. And guess what? When you get out of bed and you start by writing that, you begin the day with a health focus. So you're much more likely to do the habits you said you would when you're psychologically priming yourself in this kind of way. Idea number three, I want you to link something to after having dinner. Now for many of us, we have dinner and the thing we link to it is we need dessert. I want you to try for a week, have dinner and instead link it to, if you're doing the lazy smoothie I talked about, maybe make your smoothie right after dinner when you're cleaning up. You blend it up, throw it in the fridge, your breakfast is done for tomorrow. So I've given you 3 ways to link those habits to events, which again, research suggests works much better than arbitrarily picking random days and times to do your habits. So that is your tiny habit for today, day 15, habit 15 of the 21-day Tiny Habit Challenge. I'm awkwardly pointing below because I've got the full list. I've got a really long blog post with like 70 comments of all the people that have signed up and the list of all the videos in one spot, as well as the key habits. So go check that out for sure. So make sure you do that. I want to hear your results below. Tell me what's one thing you can link together and which one of these 3 things you're going to actually experiment with. So make sure you click the monk dude right there to subscribe. Get day 16, habit 16 when it's out. Come visit me over at modernhealthmonk.com. That's where all the action happens. Get that free guide in your email for 5 daily habits to help you lose your next 10 pounds. And if you like this kind of daily habits approach, visit my book over at Master the Day. It's called Master the Day. It's over on Amazon.com. And as a special bonus, if you buy the book and send me a receipt to Alexander at modernhealthmonk.com, I'll give you a 2-hour bonus course for free. 2 hours of video training, a case study, and more bonuses. So go check it out. Subscribe, leave the comment, and I'll catch you in the next day of the challenge.